We live in different times. 2 years ago, I was on this program, and I was very, very upset. Maybe it was almost 3 years ago, maybe. I was very upset at President Bush. I was upset about the border. I was upset about the way the war was being handled. And I was very outspoken about it. And, as you know, I was invited to the White House, and we had quite a conversation. And it was a conversation that I could not tell you. I wasn't allowed to bring a piece of paper or a pen or a recording device, a telephone, anything. I could not walk in to the Oval Office with anything. And I could never repeat any of the words that he said. I could tell you impressions, if you remember listening to that show the next day. I said, my impression is, the impression that the president gave me was, but I couldn't quote. Well, since it's out now in the open, I can tell you that this is just the surface that was shared with me. This secret special forces squads that are going in and looking for Osama. The squads that are going in and looking for Al-Qaeda and killing them. I knew they were happening because he told me, and the numbers are staggering. The numbers of enemies that we have killed, staggering. I mean, sucked the air out of the room. And I remember sitting there and thinking, why? Why wouldn't we say this? This is exactly this is what people need to know. They need to know that we're not fooling around. They need to know that we're doing the things that we have to do. They need to know that we're still going into the caves. They need to know that we're in Pakistan. And for reasons that I still will not share, honorable reasons, and international reasons, we're not revealing everything, nor should we, if we believe our government is just. If we believe, this is why it is so important that we believe in our institutions. Men will fail us, but our institutions were divinely inspired with checks and balances. We must believe in our institutions, not in people per se. People will fail us, and they will go away, or they will go into prison, or they will be voted out. But our institutions are solid. If we trust that our institutions and the people that are guiding, people collectively that are guiding, the people who are voting are good, decent, God-fearing people, we will make mistakes, but we will correct them. This was shared to me at the same time. George Bush said, doesn't matter who gets in the office to replace me. They will make many of the same decisions. The critical decisions, I believe, he said, they will make the same ones. Because when they get the briefings that I get every day, they will see we have very few options left. This is why I found it interesting the other day when everybody was looking at President George Bush and said, oh, look how gracious he was as he brought in Barack Obama. Oh, I wonder how tense that was. It wasn't a tense meeting. I wasn't there. It was only the two of them. But I believe it wasn't intense. I believe it might have been intense on Barack Obama's side, because he may have went, holy cow. But it wasn't a tense meeting because they're rivalries. They're rivals, and the rivalry that goes on between the Republicans and the Democrats. It is It was tense, I'm guessing, because of the download of knowledge, because of the situation. And I sat in that room with him. I realized the burden anyone, and this is why I said when it comes to Barack Obama, I will not sell out my values. I didn't sell out my values with George W. Bush. When I thought he was wrong, I said he was wrong. When I thought he was wrong and he was pushing in one direction, I was pulling in the other. I'm not a Republican. I'm an American, and so are you. And so is he, and so is Barack Obama. And we should expect the push and pull. It's what makes us better. E pluribus unum, from many one. From many different opinions. But one. And there's one president. And he's passing the torch to the other. And I can't imagine sitting in that room, seeing George W. Bush say to me, and saying it with conviction, and saying it with full knowledge that he will be. He said, I'm prepared to be the most hated president for the next 50 years. But I truly believe that after 50 years, people will see what I did was push the course because we were on the verge of annihilation. We had to change course. And he said, others will come to understand that. I wonder if that's true. And we'll watch Barack Obama now on what he does. When he gets the briefings every day that the president gets, will he believe in them? Does he believe in our troops? Will he have the honor that President Bush has had with our troops? I don't mean that as a slam. I just think there are different kinds of people. I think there are a lot of people that support our troops, but they don't see them necessarily in the same way. They see them as a necessary but not all that favorable kind of thing. I see them as amazing people that give me hope. I see them as amazing leaders. I see them as people that understand the Constitution, understand what's going on, may not agree with the president all the time, but have honor and will follow the orders, not orders that break the Constitution, but will follow the orders because they have honor. Amazing people. And I hope he views them at the same way, and I hope he protects them in the same way. One of the reasons why you haven't known about this is for their protection. Because there are unscrupulous people in our own country that will do and say whatever they want. Do and say whatever they have to be able to destroy others so they can grab power. Your phone calls